Yeah, love the guys' fight. Just couldn't put it together in the second half there on offense. But defense, I was impressed with how they came out and responded in the second half. Sorry for our seniors, just being not bowl eligible. Again, their leadership will help. Like I told them, when we do get this thing flipped, I won't forget what they've done for this program and the dedication and commitment. Sad for them because I know how much time, effort, and energy they put into our program. The Matt Harmons of the world, Caleb Johns, Cam Goldens, they're even better people than they are football players, and that's why I love them so much. So hurting for them a little bit, but we got to coach better. We got to play better. It's the bottom line. But you look at the stats, we improved in some areas, but didn't put it all together. But like I said, really impressed with really proud, of our football team in their fight. With that being said, open up for questions.
Coach, you got Kai Thomas going today, over 100 yards, his first time as a Golden Flash. Talk to us a little bit about Kai's performance today.
Yeah, we were more intentional with getting them the ball and doing stuff that our O-line does well. I think that was a big thing. I dove into the run game quite a bit this week to try to help it out. Coach Kenni still called the game, but just helped them with some of the adjustments and checks. And I thought it was a good team up there of the O-line, Coach Limegrover, Coach Kenni, and myself, just working together to create a run game.
It seems like you went to that three tight end offense and really were able to have your way up front a little bit with them. How bad does that hurt you on the other end throwing the football?
Yeah, it limits your pass game a little bit. But we were really working playing complementary football and trying to put ourselves in situations where we could keep our defense off the field, protect them a little bit more than we've done up to that point. But we can't let them take two out the game. They did a good job of doubling him up, and we've got to get creative with our pass game to find creative ways to get him singled up and let him do what he does. But we didn't have enough adjustments, starting with me as coaches, for what they were doing coverage-wise to number two.
Yeah, it seemed like they took both Krishan and Luke out of the game today. That's been 90% of your passing game so far this year. Did you talk about that at halftime at all?
Yeah, we did. But you know what? I always say it works hand in hand. That's why the run game was going well. The extra hat was out of the box now. So now we were able to get numbers in the run game and create some really good plays. The only difference in the first half was, I talked to our team about this at halftime, they were converting in the red zone and we weren't. We got down there twice and came up with three. They got down there a couple times, came up with seven. So if you score a couple touchdowns down there, whole different ball game going into halftime.
And you're 13-3 with just over 2 minutes before halftime. You've been trying to emphasize that last drive going in, first drive coming out.
Yeah.
The frustration with that.
Yeah, no, not frustrated. Just teaching moments. About execution. We got a situation where we can pick the ball off and don't see any points there. We got a 3rd and 12 where we just drop a little bit too short. Again, you got to drop to the depth. That's why we tell you to drop to the depth, and they get the ball right behind it. Really good quarterback, and he did a good job of doing what he does. But we're getting closer, and I know people hate to hear that, and they know that. That's what I don't care about the outside world. That team in there knows that. They know how close they are from being a really good football team, and they're just going to keep grinding and fighting and look in their eyes after even this. They know, and they know they got to get better.
Coach, talk about how difficult it is to take away number 0 for them, man. His size and his speed. He's kind of too big for the corners, and maybe a little too fast for the linebacker sometimes.
Yeah, Scott does a great job with hiding them, putting them everywhere. He was at tight end, he was at receiver, he was at tailback, he was at fullback. You've got to do a really good job of identifying where he is, because that's what the scheme is going. Wherever he's at, that's a whole different scheme of what they're going to do from a protection and from a run game and everything else. And they got a really talented tailback. So it's robbing Peter to pay Paul there. If you give up something, you're giving up the other. But I thought our defense did a really good job of responding. We knew we weren't gonna shut him out 0. But can we keep it in front of us? Can we not give him 7 in the red zone? Can we hold him to 3? In the first half, we were doing that for quite a while. We just weren't capitalizing on offense.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
From our digital contingent, John Hilmer, as coach, can you talk about the issues you faced in the passing game after having such success in the prior weeks?
Yeah, like I said already, they just did a really good job of taking. They basically said that we are not going to let Krishan McCray beat us. Every route he ran, everything he had, someone was dropping under it, and the corner was over the top of it. So again, we've got to get creative with our bunches, with our stacks, with putting them in motion to create problems for defense and not let people do that. But credit to them. We got our coach today, and we got to be better.
Coach, how impactful is the difference in 3rd down conversions and 1st downs in this football game?
Yeah, I don't know what the number was right now, but we were not very good, and they were okay. But we just got to. To me, it's not even that as much as it is red zone. We got to score touchdowns in the red zone. You can't settle for field goals. Not in a game like that. You got to score to keep yourself in it, and we did not do that.
Last question, Coach. What problems did they face this week against the pass, and what is the plan to improve on that in the coming weeks?
You know, they did a good job of hiding Fannin and creating issues there. And then, you know, we've got some injuries at corner, obviously. We're trying to play coverage to help those guys out a little bit, but you're going to give up other things, and that's just part of it. And I'm okay with that. Again, I understand where we're at on defense, and Coach Morgan's doing the best he can to put these guys in situations and protect them to the same degree.
That's good. Coach, any final statements you'd like to make?
Nope. Thank you. Go Flashes. Can't